of you already waiting. So thank you guys for being here and for being back for the first Comic Book Women episode of 2024. Sarah just reminded me this is our first show back. So we are thrilled you are here. We're going to be covering a topic that I think is near and dear to all of our hearts, all of our 80s kids' hearts, Thundercats. Before we dive into that, I want to thank Cover Price. They are one of our sponsors. If you use the code Nirvana14, you get 1 month of their unlimited membership for only 99 cents. Also, shout out to Bird City Comics. They are our sponsored retailers. Again, use code Nirvana for a discount on their shop. All right, girls, are you excited to be here for the first show?
I love it. And I just love how so natural you are at that. Not like me that I just butcher the end of it. I just love it. I should record it and then just next time I have to say it, I just play it. Like when you just
like my voice talking.
I just move my mouth.
You and I were getting such a kick out of it. We're like, oh, the host over here. Let us know if he wants to take over. No, you did great. But yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, and shout out to our other sponsor. We got Nimesh Patel, by far the biggest supporter of the channel. So thank you, Nimesh. Every single super chat you guys send our way goes back into making this show even better. So we appreciate that. And yes, happy first show of 2024. What, Jen? What were you smiling at?
I'm just being back.
Just happy to be here.
And
Okay.
She has no words.
Speechless.
You're speechless.
Be back. Those are real vines on the wall behind you, right? That's not wallpaper?
No, yeah, that's Brit's plant.
She's poison ivy, remember?
Yep. Yeah, she is.
That's awesome. It feels like it's getting bigger. It's gonna like be in your bed soon and like coming up your face.
It's gonna take over the building.
It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie, right?
Trish Forster's here. Yay. Okay, let's dive in. So Thundercats, again, if you guys were born in the 80s, 90s, or even if you just caught up with the series later in life, I think that most of us have been exposed in one way or another to the series. Jen, what about you? When did you first see Thundercats? 1985?
Yeah, 80s cartoon when it first came out. Larry Kenny's voice as Lino. I just thought it was the coolest show, and I really wanted the claw shield that was also like the sheath that he put the dagger / sword in. I forgot what episode it was where like he used it and then he used the grappling hook came out of like one of the diamonds came out. I was like, God, amazing. And then all the gadgets that like it's neat. And I liked that Larry, his voice was in the 2011. He played the father. And then I never got to see this Thundercats roar. I think it only lasted a few episodes, but I'm not I never actually.
You haven't seen it? It's interesting. They kind of try to adapt a more modern style to how they do it. And for me, it didn't hit because I was more used to like more the classic take on it. But
Well, you saw it?
Yeah, it's only available on Cartoon Network's app.
I've
never seen it.
Trish was saying, no.
It was different. Anthony watched this. You know, Ant. He like loves Thundercats, so he watched it. But I think there's only 2 episodes available, and you have to again have the Cartoon Network app to watch these.
Oh. And if you guys missed Thundercats, it's currently on Hulu.
Is it
really?
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right.
Well, because wasn't it on Disney? Was it on Disney or no? Oh no, it was just on Hulu, right?
Yeah, I've only seen it on Hulu. I don't know.
Hulu, I think that's where I watched it. Yeah, I think you're right.
Hi, Rudy. Lucy, what about you? You watched Thundercats when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I remember watching it like when I was little. And I just loved it. It was awesome. And obviously but I watched it in Spanish. I don't remember much like how it was in Spanish, but I would like to watch it again, I guess, in Spanish, but on Hulu they don't have that to have it in, you know.
So was it Thundergatos?
It was still no, it was still Thundercats. I think it was only still Thundercats. I can't I don't know. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember much. But I remember watching it, and then obviously I rewatched it as got a little older, like reruns and stuff like that. But
Oh, perfect. We're going to refresh your memory with this show. It's going to bring back some memories of when you were a kid. Sarah, last but not least, you said you grew up on Thundercats.
I did. So this was kind of a lineup for me. My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Thundercats. This is what I was telling the girls on our chat was I loved Chitara. I thought she was like the bee's knees, and I always was like, I want to run fast like Chitara. And I used to like run like really fast. But I think personally, in my era, there was He-Man and Thundercats, and even like She-Ra. And I think Thundercats kind of like was better than both She-Ra and He-Man, even though I love She-Ra. I just think they were, just better characters. And Mumra, like, how scary is Mumra?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So Britt never watched it. I was rewatching it on Hulu, and we're making the show, and I love the opening, like, theme song. Like, the animation in it is freaking
It's
amazing.
good even by today's standards.
Yeah. And then we're watching it, and she's like, "Where are their tails?" And I was like,
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That's so true.
"What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "It's Thundercats. They're like humanoid, anamorphic." And she's like, "Yeah, where's the tails?" And it really bothered her that there was no tails. And I was like,
It is so
Well,
true.
now it really bothers me. I hadn't even thought about it, to be honest, until she said something.
Yeah. Yes, I didn't.
Well, there you go. Okay, so yeah, guys, if you're not familiar with Theodore Wolfe, he's mostly known as Tobin Wolfe, from what I understand, but he is an American writer that obviously created the Thundercats animated series. He passed away in, I believe, 99. But he left quite a legacy. Anything you want to add to him, Jen?
I thought it was really enlightening, and I did not know this. I was ignorant to the fact that Thundercats was made for, they were looking for it was Franklin and Bass.
Rankin and Bass.
Yes, sorry.
If you don't know who Rankin and Bass is, you should check out my favorite movie, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's true.
That's
Yes.
Rankin and Bass. Yeah.
So that same company was looking to do a TV show, and then this wasn't like the first pitch. It was kind of further down, and like Ted Wolfe kind of just did like some sketches and like showed his daughter, and that was like neat, but it wasn't like their main pitch. And then when the producers or execs saw it, and then it was all about story first, so they spent a lot of money on it, and then like they hired a child psychologist to make sure that that it wasn't like just another stupid action cartoon. It was like an actual, like it was going to help kids with like their
Something relatable, something that they could grow off of. Yeah.
And actually what I'm now trying to track down is that newsletter, because apparently they send out newsletters to schools to help, like, hey, this episode is about this is like a good lesson plan you can put with it. And that was something that was never done before with cartoons. I'm like, oh man, that's freaking brilliant. But I haven't been able to, I track down photos of it, but no one that like has like a physical copy, because it'd be cool to kind of own it.
That's really neat. Genius strategy to get kids to pay attention to. I remember we had Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah. Star Trek. Geordie.
That's right. Yes. And like that, it was okay. I would pay attention to some of it. I like the intro, but damn, Sarah, by the way, way to drop some knowledge there, lady.
Yeah, of course. Always coming with the truth bombs, the knowledge bombs.
The fun facts.
The fun facts.
Well, Jen's right, though. This was a very unique show, not only in the content itself, but also in how they marketed this. Again, back in the 80s, you have to understand that it wasn't just presenting one thing. You were creating a show. You were creating, what is Jen's world? What do you call it? World building. When you have all these different aspects coming together, they did that with merchandise. You had lunchboxes, comic books, toys, obviously the show, and they created this whole world that kids want to be a part of. Now, this is insane. So, Jen, go ahead.
I try to include a picture of, if you ever see the sword, which you see with Lionel, a lot of them come without what you're seeing, the cardboard, right? Yeah. If you can find it with that cardboard, I think the only one I saw was a foreign one that was encased and already graded. But if you ever at like a garage sale or a flea market and you see, even if it's like not great, it's still cool as heck to have like the original backboard to it. And I was kind of surprised by the price. And then as a kid, I always wanted the Thundercats lair.
Yes.
I think we all did. I think that was something that we could all play.
I
But Jen,
always wanted that sword. I wanted that sword so bad. I remember.
we're
I
badass.
wanted that
But
sword.
there's actually a guy, I think on Instagram, that makes the sword and he makes the gauntlet.
Oh, no way.
Like
Ooh.
the shield gauntlet. And people seem to have a lot of fun with it.
That's nice.
But I was really surprised by so as a kid, it was too expensive. And as an adult, it's still too expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just surprised by it was 33 bids, $782.
Well, to talk a little bit to your point about packaging, though, if you go onto eBay, there's actually somebody selling the Thundercats Cats layer box, just the
box?
empty box for $1,500.
Wait, what?
That's
Look it up.
wait.
I'm not making this up. It puts in their empty box. You're just getting the packaging because I guess that's pretty damn rare. Most of the postings, if you go on eBay, they don't have the boxes anymore.
No.
You know, so if you have that box, obviously there's some that are more expensive that have the toy still in the box, but just the packaging, they're asking $1,500.
That is.
But they're
insane.
asking that. I don't know if they're gonna get that.
I don't
You
know.
never know. I could see that. I could see a true collector. You know, they may have the layer and they just need the box, or vice
They
versa.
do with the Lemaire all the time. They sell just the empty Lemaire containers for a ton of money. So I can see people doing that too, Sarah.
Yeah.
Why?
I couldn't buy an empty box.
No.
I mean,
Well, you can show it off and say, I have the toy. You know, I have it, but I don't want to open it.
That was an episode
people.
of Big Bang when they got the Star Trek toy.
No, his toy's still in there. It's just the broken one.
Yeah, he opened it. He didn't have to open it.
No, she's saying that you could pretend that you had the toy in there.
Oh,
be
and
empty.
then it would wait empty.
Well, you don't want to
couldn't
move
have
it because you don't want to. It's just
Don't
the
touch
shell.
that toy.
Right? Don't.
Just look, but don't touch.
You're bluffing. You're bluffing, right? All right.
So-
And then what do we have in the end?
So it's just the Thundercat, the Lino toy. So I was wondering, out of these 3 toys, which one would you guys? It's interesting that the Thundercats like layer is a little cheaper. What is it?
Then
the
what?
Toy? Is that what you're comparing?
It's $90 shipping for the layer because how big and
Yeah.
It's big. Remember, it's pretty big. I mean, remember those days of like the He-Man castle, like Castle Grayskull, the Skeletor's castle. Those things were huge and like plastic. So I could imagine $90 shipping is probably fair.
so these 3.
That
What would you guys pick? And I kind of in the chat, what you guys out of these 3,
I want
the
the
sword,
sword.
layer.
the layer, or the
I would go with the layer. Even without knowing the pricing, I would know the layer. Yeah, because it's so much fun to make them go inside and I would play with it.
Right? I would do the layer as well. I think my brother had Lionel because I remember didn't his eyes light up?
Yeah.
that's another one.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, it's like a ring that goes in the back to activate it.
You could buy like a modern version though and still play in the layer. So that I don't know.
Right? Or just take a Barbie and cut its hair off and dye it and then
Yeah, you could do so much with the layer. I mean, it could be like a multifunctional layer. Lucy, would you go sword? I'm guessing you're going to say sword.
Yeah, no, sword for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted as a kid. That's what I will go for.
Do you think they'll ever make a sword that can, when you squeeze or like turn something that will like, remember how it comes like this and goes like this? Can you imagine if you could do it and it like lit up and it did that and then it grew?
There's a lot of potential here. Like, I think that's a great idea. And I think people, especially because 80s kids have money now.
Yeah.
Of course we would buy it.
Yeah,
Of course we would.
But you'd have to like figure out like a mechanism to both activate the light and then to also get it to go like that.
Oh, there's a way. If they're already
Easy.
making real lightsabers,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
there's-
next. This is next.
Nice.
All right, yeah, drop in the chat, guys, if you don't mind. If you got to pick one of these as your Christmas present, which one would you pick? We have mostly, I'm seeing the layer seems to be coming in first, but let me know what you guys think.
Oh,
All right, next.
Toy
What?
Tim Super 7 re-released a bunch of toys, and those are also not cheap now.
Yeah.
But they're kick ass too. They're amazing.
Yeah. All right. So Marvel Age, guys, we like to start the show either with obviously the first appearance, but in this case, we're starting with the first preview. Yeah.
What do you guys think about previews? So it's just a page. You see a drawing.
Promotional article telling you that this is coming. I think if you're a completionist, then it's a must. And for $6, like, why the hell not?
Well, whoever got it for $1 on January 6th, good job.
Right?
Right? Right? Thumbs up.
Well, maybe because, a lot of people that just take it as it's a preview, it's not the first appearance or whatever. Like, or maybe they just don't know that it's in Marvel H, it's in there. But that's pretty cool. I even like that cover. So
yeah, it's neat. I mean, it's a book from the 80s. I think it's 85. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah. For sure. I have a previews of Spawn. So the first,
when you do
Spawn, definitely. I would say, if you find this, get it. If you're a Thundercats fan, get it.
Hey, Sarah, quick question. Do you think Spawn's going to get made in 2024?
I saw that. I saw you guys talking about that.
What would your vote be? You heard the quote he said, right?
I would say no. I would.
Yeah.
He's I agree. I'm like, my thoughts are running, so that's why I'm kind of like babbling. But if he had if everything was like lined up, we would be seeing like previews or trailers about it. It's just Todd talking. He's been talking for how many years now?
Yeah.
So I think
maybe.
Maybe either go as a TV show or go as a mini series, like what Marvel's doing with like Echo and other properties. Maybe do that instead of a movie. Maybe it won't be as such a a hard hit, but I don't foresee it. Not
in 2024 anyways.
Not 2024, and maybe not 2025.
Well, it could get made now. I read comics. It could get made now, but it's not going to come out this year for sure.
Well, it's not going to be good either. Just saying.
All right, well, let's keep moving. We got a little sidetrack there. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are covering Thundercats. This is the first promotional article, the first time you see them appear in the comic book, which is kind of just predating it a little bit to when the series actually debuts, which is where we get this. Go ahead, Jen.
So Star Comics is the kid comic line of Marvel. And the US version's on the left and the UK version is on the right. Now, I don't know who got it for that awesome price back in August of last year, but good on you, because I don't see yet, the ones that are currently listed are, because even Britt was like, are you sure this price is right? I'm like, yeah, this is what it last sold for. It's a UK #1.
That's a steal. Foreign market's its own beast, though. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we have the American version, obviously, a very fine going for $61 and 9.6 going for $142. The last CGC 9.8 sold for $440. I can't tell when that was.
Let's see.
Sometime. And then on the right-hand side, like we said, that's the UK version, but this is kind of an anomaly sales-wise because good luck finding it for $17 now.
It sold January 7th.
Okay, so that's pretty recent. It's a couple days ago.
Adam, I think it was issue 31, right? Of the last issue of the Marvel Age. It was 31, right?
It was 31.
31.
Oh,
okay.
Marvel Age, sorry.
31. Yeah. He was asking because I don't think we say.
Oh.
He said.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Awesome Sauce.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, if you had to pick one, obviously, I think we'd all go left, right?
We'll go with Thundercats #1. I will go with Thundercats #1.
Right?
The one on the left.
Okay,
I kind of like the one on the right. I just like I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of at the end of the shows, sometimes they'll show little previews. I don't know. It kind of I don't know, kind of remind me of that a little.
So I have the one on the left. I want the one on the right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
With the
have to
badge?
have- I was gonna say, do you have to have the badge?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. Anybody in the chat own the UK version? Let us know, because that would be interesting to see if any. I'm assuming some of you in the chat. Again, if you guys want to put in your numbers like we do over on Lords, feel free. So if you're at the Ofer list, you put in 0 for 0. If you have one of these, let us know. It's always interesting to see what our viewers have in their collections. All right, moving on. We're going to do another UK versus American. Jen?
Yeah, so this is Thundercats number 4 for both. This is number 4 for the US and then number 4 for UK. I kind of like the UK version a little bit more because it has the, I don't know why they didn't do the crossouts on the American version. Because it's homaging the X-Men comic,
Yeah.
Days of Futures Past.
I think I would go with the one on the left still, though. I like that one better.
Yeah,
I do.
I like it better. I like it better too. I do like that crossing the character's face, like, you know, it has the rewards and it has that. But I kind of like, I don't know. I think it's a color. Like, I
It
don't
is the
like
coloring.
that
It's the coloring.
Yeah, the
That's-
green
yeah,
bag kind of takes it away from the characters a little. I don't know. I think it's a color for me.
See, I like the right. I like the UK because it's a little bit more bold in color versus the one on the left. And I do like the X's crossed out. I'm assuming she's a bounty hunter.
Yeah, I
I
don't have
actually don't know who that is.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know
have
who that
either
is.
of these.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So, guys, in the chat, again, feel free. We have $10 raw for the one on the left, the Thundercats Wanted American version, and number 4. And then on the right, Thundercats number 4, Adam, the UK version, for $1.
Okay, so that's another one that's hard to come across. Whoever bought it back in December 9th, 2018,
Wow.
good on you.
Right.
Because I can't find this currently.
Oh. So this is kind of like if it's out, like if somebody happens to want to sell it, they just they can name their price because it's really hard to find to buy it online.
Just doesn't appear very often. Doesn't go to the market often.
Yeah.
But I like, I read comics. That's what I kind of assumed, that it crosses out. You assume that they have been killed. So like, oh, well, we can't do that for the kids because that's too much.
Right.
All right, moving on. What do we have here?
So I was trying to find another homage, but I was darn, kind of ran out of time. But so Thundercats number 24 is the last issue in that series from the 80s. It came out in 88. And then on the right, it's Thundercats number 71 from the UK from 1987. So it's that classic Jaws homage. Homage. Sorry.
Homage. You're good. I like homage. Let's just say homage. I like that better. Yeah, these are cool.
So
the one on the left, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it kind of gives me the little what is it called? The yellow brick road. It has a little bit of yellow. Like, I don't know why. Yeah, like I don't know. It just kind of gave me that vibe a little bit, but I don't know.
Why
a little bit of yellow. Like I don't know.
Look kind of creepy though, right? The faces look kind of.
They do. They're supposed to be kids. Why do they look? You're right. They kind of look like munchkins.
Yeah, and it has a little bit of yellow on the floor. Like I don't know. It's creepy.
What do you guys think of the Jaws with I think is it Bengali? Is the blacksmith?
Yeah, you know, I think that's very well done. Again, the coloring's on point. So if I had to pick between the two, and that's a steal for that price. I mean, you got 6 books for $70, and I don't know. I think it's hard to beat. The one on the left, I'm shocked that you were looking at $50 raw.
Yeah.
Well, it's lost in the series. They tend to be a little bit harder to find because
they're not being printed as high.
But whoever got it for $5, even though it's VG, that's still $5.
True.
Can't go wrong.
Right. Yeah. I like that one.
All right, moving on. Oh, these are both cool. This is like, yeah. Yes. Go ahead.
So there's so Thundercats and the Ghost Warrior. Technically, there's a couple different books that are on the comics, graphic novels are out around that time where it's like your own fantasy thing. They're
Mhm.
smaller than a comic book size, but I did see one on eBay that was in a grading, like it was in a CGC case. You can
Oh,
see
nice.
how much smaller it is than a comic book.
Oh.
But I thought that was really cool. I didn't know those existed. And then the prices do range. And then
Like the size of an ash can, maybe?
yeah, I would say it's probably around the same size as an ash can. You can see that the last two that have sold have the lines through it, so it's best offer. So the price does range. If you can find these out in the wild, like that's pretty cool if you can. And then the one on the right is.
Can you guys hear that? How loud that airplane is? Can you hear it?
No.
No? Damn, that airplane's fucking loud.
She saw squirrel. Continue, Jen.
Literally, yes.
Thundercats magazine came out in '87, and there's a poster inside. So if you do find it and they want, check for the poster inside.
Okay, these are badass. I love that we have the smaller version, smaller than a comic on the left, larger than a comic on the right. So we kind of gave you a little bit of both. And the one on the left, I feel like is just channeling Frazetta vibes. Like that's what I'm thinking when I look at that.
I was like thinking, like, yeah, I'm like Vampirella, like that.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That
I'm
same
like,
look.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, what do you think,
looks
Sarah?
Very 80s, so I like it.
Yeah.
I do like the left, but I'm more like I've been drawn towards the right. I think it's just because it's, you know, brighter colors and it's got the gang on the front. Yeah, I like it. And it comes with a Thundercats quiz.
And a poster.
And a poster.
And a poster. Come on now.
Okay.
Can't go wrong.
Boy, time steal. He says, I never met a replica of Panthros.
Oh, I saw one in the comic book store. There's like a mini version of it now.
What?
It was sitting on someone's register. It's like a mini version of the nunchucks.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, Toy, you don't remember the shield gauntlet sheath that he would put on his belt? Oh, so cool. Sorry.
Oh, and just hey, did you ever watch Thundercats growing up?
Yeah. Thundercats, ho!
Yeah, there's a Thanks, babe. Perfect. All right. Yes. As we saw earlier, the price range does go a little bit. It kind of varies depending, I'm guessing, on the quality or the condition of the book. So you're looking between $12 to $40 if you want the Thundercats and the Ghost Warrior, and the Thundercats magazine for $8. That's awesome. Total steal. Again, if you are in the chat and you guys own any of these, we want to see. Moving on. Okay, so now we're gonna kind of switch gears a little bit. We're entering into a different genre, a different time frame. What do we have on these ones, Jen?
So this is Thundercats number 0 from 2002. It's the J. Scott Campbell, I think.
I was gonna think, who drew that? It's his face.
I think it's J. Scott Campbell.
I didn't even know it was Campbell until you said it, but I don't know if you saw it. As soon as you put it, I was like, ugh. His face.
And then the Thundercats number 1 magazine from March of 2012 is a Panini magazine that is the only thing I could find of this new 2011 cartoon. I was kind of surprised because you did have who's the kid who voiced Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond? He was on Boy Meets World.
I am terrible with the names. I
know who you're talking about.
Come on, Sarah, you'll get it.
Is his name like Eric? Or is that his name on Boy Meets World?
Eric is who he plays on Boy Meets World. Will something? Will F? Will?
Let's see.
Shoot. So he voices
Well, Sarah's looking that up though, Jen. Can you talk a little bit about the 2011 cartoon? Why do we think that didn't do as well as it could have?
So in a lot of the sources that I came across, because I watched it and I remember I had a lot of questions when I watched it because I was like, wait a minute. The timeline was interesting. I don't know. It was really interesting. But then it would the time slots would vary. And I don't remember them ever re-airing anything, right? They kept changing time slots. And then we hear it was because of poor toy sales. And you're like, well, wait. And then it goes to Cartoon Network where they start re-airing them. And then it does get a following and people, because it leaves it on a cliffhanger. And then that's it. And people have tried to get it to come back, but to no avail.
So the poor toy sales were a result of bad time slot and lack of marketing, lack of promotion. I don't think people really.
But they
So it
did
wasn't
that
just.
same.
Oh, go
See,
ahead.
Rob is saying the toys were trash. So
Yeah, the gauntlet looked weird. It looked more. I remember seeing the gauntlet at the toy store and be like, I can afford this. I don't want it.
Well, West Coast Rob would know. Like that's his thing, guys. If you're not following,
Yes.
he would know. If he says it was trash, it was trash.
But
it's
I
like how
remember.
do one sell some toys when you making them like ugly then?
But what's interesting is like the same thing happened around the same time to Young Justice. Young Justice premiered, was everyone really liked it, but it had poor toy sales. And then you hear people that were like in the marketing department, like, oh, we couldn't really market the toys like to what demographic, and it's like to anybody. It was a good show. Like, what do you talk? Like, I understand that some shows, not Thundercats, but other shows in the 80s were very geared towards toys, and that's what kept them afloat. But you would think the more modern you get, the better you would get with marketing and then with the toy quality.
Sarah's like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I think, well, okay, so first, the first question was the voice, and that it was Will Friedle. He is,
Yes.
that's him. But yeah, I think toys in like 90s and 2000s, even now, I think the toys are kind of more geared towards adults versus kids. So I think, you know, they try to do it, but then they all kind of like trash. Kind of like both of these covers. I don't really like either one of them. I think they're kind of trash.
I mean, if I have to pick one of these two, I will go with the one on the right because, like, what the like? I can't with that face. Like, how can you do my guy like that? Like,
I couldn't find it anywhere. It's Panini.
I was just gonna say, where are the stats on this one?
I could only find images. I know it exists. I just can't find past sales or even current like listings. So
Wow, so that's saying something right there. Yeah, the Campbell's interesting. I don't know if it's the coloring. I don't know if it's the composition. I'm not sure.
It's very busy.
Yeah, it is, which sometimes those type covers work. And I do think Campbell's strength is more with, you know, sexy, sultry, curvy women. I think that's kind of more, with the exception of his Lizard Man. His Lizard Man cover was freaking phenomenal. But other than that, you think women when you think Campbell, right?
see, like
Yeah.
the faces the faces actually do fit like the characters on these ones. You know, like the little ones, like they're better. Like the girl, looks okay. You know, like but just Lionel, like what in the hell? Like
Yeah.
it's just
I agree. I think if he would have made Lionel's face like the same as like the other ones, I think it would be okay.
Yeah.
But is Lionel possessed or what?
yeah.
If he's saying ho, no, he's going
This is our face.
$1 raw. So if you're a Campbell fan and you just like to collect Campbell, or if you just want to give it a go for a buck, you can't go wrong. Yeah, and guys, again, if anybody in the chat has the Panini Thundercats, we want to see. How freaking cool. All right, moving on. So I'm curious what Lucy's going to think of these two. Jen, go ahead.
So Britt and I were talking about covers, and I was like, listen, I kind of want to add this one book, but I want to give the counterpart. And then when I showed her, she's like, that's funny. Because usually we don't do that, right? Like, but it's both of them are tied up. So is this what would you call this slide?
What's it called? Bondage
covers.
Yeah.
Is he homaging this one though? Sarah, you're up.
Well, so real quick, the one on the left is Thundercats: The Return, number 3. Ed Benez did this cover. It's from 2003. And then Thundercats: Dogs of War, number 4, is Lionel, but it's Brett Booth, I think.
Okay.
If I have to pick one, I'll go with the one on the right.
You would pick Lionel?
Yeah, I'd
I'm
rather
actually
have.
surprised by that.
What
I thought
the
you were
hell
gonna
is
say.
going on in both of these covers?
They're being
this
restrained.
looks very confusing to me. Why is there? What is that dog doing to Lionel?
Is he washing him? Or what is that? Like,
Why is Chitara's outfit so?
Sexy?
I
Form
can see
fitting?
her soul.
It almost looks like her skin.
I think that's what they were going for.
I
Oh,
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then is it a cat in the
Foreground, it's very distracting, huh? I keep staring at him like he's looking at
that's
us.
the jackal. Remember the jackal?
That's right.
From-
and he's
from
like
the-
staring into our souls as we're sitting
Yeah.
here.
He's
Ugh.
the one of the mutants.
Hmm.
I never
No.
knew that. We never saw in the original series. I don't think we ever saw the dog creatures.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so either. I would remember that. And I agree.
Yeah.
Booth does have some amazing covers out there. Yeah. $4 for the booth. Huh?
Where's her spots? She doesn't have spots.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was her.
You have to really look for her. She's there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going for like character design to sell this cover. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think they're going more
They're
for
going for the cochinos, you know. I'm just saying.
Okay, so if they're going for sexiness on the left, what are they going for on the right?
Super sexiness. I mean, he's
Yeah.
still
Well,
all muscular,
hello,
so
for the cochinas. That's why I said I wanted that one. If I have to pick
Yeah.
one, I'll go with that one. Hello.
perfect. Nailed it, Lucy. Nailed it. Okay, moving on. Okay, I think these are both really neat. These are Sarah's picks.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
my picks, I figured I like a good crossover, so I picked two. The first one is Superman and the Thundercats, #1. This came out in January of 2004. This is a one-shot. This is done by Wildstorm, is the publisher. Yeah, basically Superman teams up with Thundercats, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then on the right, we have He-Man and Thundercats #1. This is 6 issues. This came out in October of 2016, so this is a little bit newer. This is He-Man versus Lion-O. So we got, the Sword of Grayskull versus the Sword of Omen. So, yeah. So that's why like I said, I like a good crossover, not like, Avengers versus X-Men. I do like it where, different universes come together. So that's why I picked these two.
I like that too.
I like them. Who are the artists on these two? You know?
I don't have the cover artist. I do like art was done by Al Garza on the Superman and Thundercats, and then I also have Freddie E. Williams II as the artist on this one.
Wait, it's Ali Garza on the left.
Yes.
Really?
You gotta think about what 2003.
I would not have guessed that. No, I would never in a million years have guessed. Okay.
I like both. I like both, but I really, really like the colors on the right.
He told
I
me.
was just think. I thought you were gonna say like, you like the line work, the ink work on
Yeah.
that. I mean, take the colors off of that. It probably has really, really well done.
Yeah.
It's different, right? It's something
No, I like that.
I've never
I like
seen.
everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good picks, Sarah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wait, hold on. I also have my notes on my handy dandy notebook.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay, yeah, guys, if you're just tuning in, so on the left-hand side, we're looking $32 raw and 9.8 sold for 83 with an asterisk. So that sale was a while back. On the right, $12 raw and 9.8 going for $81. Both really cool covers, especially if you're like Sarah and you're a crossover fan. Moving on. So these are ones that haven't come out yet.
Yeah, it comes out February 7th. There are so many covers, we couldn't show them all nicely. So picked 3. So again, February 7th, this comes back out from Dynamite. And I was curious, out of these 3, which one you guys like?
I like Tao. But Nakayama. Who do we have in the middle? Is it Perillo?
Yeah.
It looks Perillo. Yeah, I was gonna say I like Perillo. I like those watercolors. Like it that's something that I feel like you can have it. If it was in Thundercats, like I don't know, it just looks
Perillo's oil though. He uses all oil.
Is it,
Yeah.
And I said watercolors, right? I mean oil, sorry.
Okay.
Water,
Different,
oil,
Lucy.
same thing, liquid.
They're not the same thing. They're oh my
I knew you were gonna. I knew you were gonna lose your shit.
All right, Lucy. Who is Lucio Perillo married to? I know. Do. Yes. Correct. Yes.
I know who he's married to. It's hard for names.
No, that was good. I didn't think you were gonna get it, but yes, they're married and they're so freaking adorable. So you vote Perillo, Lucy?
Yeah. Yes.
Sarah?
Take a guess. Take a wild guess which one I'd like.
The one on the left.
Nakayama.
No, I'm going with Chitara. Yeah. The one on the far right.
That's Ivan Tao.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. And Rob is correct. She is thick with 2 C's.
Yeah, she has to run fast. You need good. Look at all the sprinting. Sprinters have good thighs.
You need some meaty thighs. And,
I like Nakayama too. I really like it. It kind of takes it back to the cartoon, you know.
That's why I thought she'd pick it, because she's like a Scotty Young fan and she likes like the cartoony look. But
yeah,
I'm going for sex this time.
Wow.
Nice. I think I'm actually with you. I think I'd go with the Tao. I like the Perillo too, though. Those would be my top two. I'm a huge fan of DNA, but in this one, I think I would go with Thundercats. What about you, Jen?
I actually pre-ordered the 7 regular covers that weren't foil. So I got all the ones that were just not foil and not incentives, just because. And there's a blank coming up for it.
That's
so
true.
That's good.
Cool.
Oh my God, I will have Trish to do this. I would like to see her take on this.
I would too.
She did great. Oh shit. This one's the Thundercats. This is the Bird City Comics exclusive. So little asterisks. I don't know if we have these left anymore. So you can check. Last time I checked, we were running pretty low. So Inyuk Lee is the artist. And yeah, I remember when we showed it to Jen, she's like, he has the gauntlet. Like she was so excited by that. Yeah. So I think it's a very cool take. I like Inyuk Lee's art. I think that he has a very simplistic, powerful way of composing his stuff. So
and people were asking they wanted the statue of this.
Yeah,
dude, that would be so cool.
Perfect. It will be perfect for the statue of this. I will take one statue.
That's badass, but it has to be like a huge statue, like huge. Yeah. You did a good job. So check the Bird City Comics site and make sure you use the code in the description if you want an extra little discount on that. And here's some more that are coming out. So in the middle, who do we have in the middle?
Again, it's Perillo again. So basically, the last slide that we showed, I mean, the one with all 3, it's the same artist doing each one. So this comes out March 13th. This is number 2. I figured we just show it because they showed the covers got premiered. So I'm like, let's just show them.
Rob said take
on this one. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, good. So there's still some over there if you guys want to snag those up.
You know, I really like the Nakayama. He did more background stuff this time. It's not so like, you know, what he usually does. I like it, and I like that it's very like the cartoon like. I really like that. And the one in the middle, Perillo, I really like that. It looks like a portrait. It doesn't look, you know, I like it.
I wish that he would have leaned more into how she looks. She looks too human.
Too human.
Yeah,
it's portrait, like a cosplayer.
Yes, that's what I was. Yeah, cosplayer. Yes. Yeah, it's a cosplayer. Human. It doesn't look like her.
Add some more of the animal features to it, but it is still really beautiful. The Tao is awesome too. I would probably pay cover for that.
Yeah,
they're all non-incentive.
I don't like the way his body is twisted like that. It looks cool. I just don't like the way it looks.
Oh, weird. You're right. That's not how your body
contorts.
It looks very contort. It's very like you don't twist that way.
Yeah,
whatever you can twist it, but that's not going to be like
landed. Like it's an action. Like he just landed and he's turning towards his enemy real quick.
He is a cat. Have you ever seen cats land?
That's what I'm saying. No, like that's why
they don't land like that.
Well, no, I think he's about to like with the sword. I don't know.
I like the hair. I like the hair that's flowing. All the hair on
Yay.
all 3 covers is very flowy.
He got it. He got his gift.
Dynamic.
He's a
A little late, but that's okay. All right, Anthony, come here real quick. I want your opinion. If you had to go with DNA for issue 2 of Thundercats, Perillo in the middle, or Ivan Tao, which one would you go with?
What's the context?
Just which cover do you like? That's it. Just cover.
Perillo.
Anthony would go Perillo. You don't think she's too human? That was our
Oh
argument.
yeah, her face is too human.
Yeah, she needs to be more
Right.
animal-y.
Yeah, it'd be
More
the
catty.
far right.
Then Anthony said he would go Tao.
The Tao.
But-
Ooh.
Are you guys gonna do an issue 2?
Are we doing issue 2?
No.
No. We have way too much coming up. We have to be very selective in 2024. He just made homemade pizzas.
Story number 2.
Okay, that's so good. Hold on.
Story number 2.
Oh, shit, that's a lot. Keep talking about this. Hold on.
Eat your food. We'll
You
wait.
need
to- what do you
Food.
need?
We'll wait.
Huh? What is that?
That's the pita.
Perfect. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
So
I just
good.
wanted you to try it.
So good. I love you.
Okay.
Take me a bunch of it. I want the kizzy.
I want to go over to your house just to eat. I don't
Homemade
you there?
pizzas. They're still
just wanna
warm. So good. Okay. Sarah, do this part for me because I'm eating.
That would be
Well-
cool. Sorry.
So, thank you for coming in. Thank you for saying hi, hello, and don't
night.
forget, we have other content going on this week. We have Long Story Short. We got the guys from Team Nerd Herd with
Oh yeah, we do.
Saturday Toy Box with West Coast Rob. Yeah. And don't forget to thank we thank our sponsors, but also don't forget to follow our sponsors, Cover Price, coverprice.com. Use the code Nirvana for 30 days of unlimited membership for only 99 cents. And also don't forget to go to Bird City Comics. Remember, there's only 10 of those Lion-O Thundercats #1 left. So don't forget to follow them on all the socials. And Jen says,
So the Wookiee had that is I don't think anyone's ever done that. And since you can get the Thundercat blank covers, getting what he's saying. So Solo Wookiee says, I want to see Chitara with Donatello on a cover because they both have staffs.
What?
And Panther with Michelangelo and so on because they have so then that means
That would make sense. They're weapon buddies.
so that means Leonardo can be with Lion-O.
oh no, Jen's gonna explode.
So,
I know,
okay, so
look
now
at
I
her.
have to buy
Look come now.
if I buy 4 blanks
Yeah.
and I go to Artist Alley and I'm like, hey, that's a great
So
idea.
when did we have Trish on? Because I don't know if you guys know, she did this book you might have heard of called Stray Dogs. Kind of a little thing that kind of blew up and became a cult classic. And I think it really prompted a lot of copycat books after that. But just to kind of circle back, she is going to be launching a new book, her and Tony Fleece, called Feral, which is kind of like what would you call it? The counter to Stray Dogs being all about dogs. We have Feral being all about cats. So all of our cat lovers out there are going to get some content too. We want to have Trish on to do a what if episode, and we could talk about Feral at the same time. What do you think, girls?
Yes.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
Is it next Tuesday or when?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday.
Oh, I guess we could do it next Tuesday.
Trish, are you available next Tuesday?
It's called The Walking Dead Meets the Aristocrats. And
Yeah.
yes. I think it'd be really cool to have her on and kind of tackle both things at the same time. If you guys aren't following Trish, please do. She's one of our close friends / one of the most talented creators out there. So definitely give her some love. We'll do that next Tuesday then if everybody is in agreement. Yeah, I think we're done. Girls, what do you think of the first show of 2024?
Awesome. Loved it. So much information, so many beautiful covers. Seeing your ugly faces. I love it.
The rest of the time, ugly face. Yeah, you guys, make sure you're subscribing if you haven't already. We are definitely looking to grow our channel substantially this year. We know we have a lot of content out there that we're competing against. In fact, I'm really thrilled that most of you tuned in when we have Echo going right now. So thank you guys for being here.
And Percy Jackson.
Oh my gosh, Ellie's obsessed. We've watched have you seen it?
Watch
Yeah.
it.
Episode 1.
Oh, Ellie,
Watch it.
we need to have her on and do a Percy Jackson thing because since she was like 7, she's been obsessed with Greek mythology. And so she's read all the books. She knows everything. And so we're watching the show and she's like, that's different from the book here. The author didn't, I can't say this part without spoiling it. There's a part in this previous episode that was different than the book. And Ella's like, blah. So Percy
Wait,
Jackson's
the
fantastic.
author said that he's on board for this series and he hated the movies.
The movies were rough. The movies were I don't want to put them as compare them to the Last Avatar because I know how you feel about Last Avatar, but the movies were kind of comparable in that sense. Like if you were a fan of the actual books and then you watch the movie, you're like, ooh, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy the movies. I think I only watched one.
Isn't
The
there
series
just
is
one?
really good. What's that kid from? He's from the Ryan Reynolds movie. The kid plays Adam.
Oh, is he from the Netflix one?
Yes.
Where-
What's it called?
It's like him
Adam, is it?
him as a kid and him
I
as
want
an
to say
adult.
like Project Adam, but I don't think
Project
that's
Adam.
Yeah,
And-
yes,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that same kid that plays Percy. So it's kind of like he's a good actor. And that people were kind of pissed off. Okay, can I tangent for a second?
Yes.
Why not?
Sure.
People were a little bit upset with the casting of Percy Jackson because Annabeth, who is classically a pale-skinned, blue-eyed girl in the books, they have an African-American girl playing her. And so when that announcement came out, you know what happened? People just started bullying the hell out of her. It was really nasty for a while.
Yeah, but why do they bullying the actress? That's messed up.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
if you're gonna bully somebody,
People are
bully
annoying.
The casting director.
Yes,
Well,
or
it's not-
whoever made that
Like,
decision.
whoever
Not the
chose.
actress.
But even if the author is saying, I'm not saying bully anybody. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Bully the
It's not
authors.
fair to bully. No,
Readers.
it's not fair to
Bully
bully the actress who just
Yeah.
took the role, right?
Yes,
Like,
They did too.
Yes. Yes.
like,
She's
but that happens. They do that a lot, though. They get mad at the person playing. It's like, well, wait a minute. If you're gonna be mad at whoever's decision it was to cast. Like, I mean, don't. I don't know.
I get what you're
there's
saying.
no-
You're saying that she
Don't get
should
mad
have
at
been
the
the brunt of it.
She's doing a job and then she got hired to do. She,
Right.
you know, they you know, people they ask like, we want this description and they're gonna do their audition, and if they love her, then that means she killed it at the audition and she got the job. Don't get mad at her. Don't get, you know,
She
that
does
is-
well in the series, although I don't see the same type of chemistry between her and Percy that I thought there should be. I wish that they seemed more like they were eventually going to hook up. That's kind of like the vibe you get from the books. Like eventually they'll end up being, huh?
But they're kids, though, right? They're kids.
Well, I mean, I'm talking way down the series.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha.
like,
Well, maybe
it's
when they
kinda-
get older, you'll see, you know.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe we'll see
also
more
too-
as the
if it keeps going. I mean, if they're kids right now, probably they don't know
Isn't
how.
he like 15 right now, though.
Well,
Even
are
at
they? I don't
15,
even
you
know.
should be able to show some sort of interest towards. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
They-
right?
they're
Like,
one of the-
Bloomers. I was a late bloomer.
yeah, like you act weird, but yeah, at that age, you act.
Maybe I was an
weird.
early bloomer because I'm like at 15. I was like,
Man, you hoe. Just
I know. Maybe I was an early hoe. Like at 15, you're like full of hormones, and you're like, was that
You're
just me?
dancing with boys and
Yeah, you're like
yeah,
at the
you're
school
having
dances,
fun.
you know, trying to.
I
Yeah.
was until
What?
17.
School dances, people were
Until
standing apart.
17.
What?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Wait,
That was me
Maybe
at
it's too hot in
17
Arizona
when I
to
was
wait.
like that. Like I was. I live in the desert. I'd be like, ew, I'm sweaty, gross. Ugh. No.
That's when, isn't it when you like, you know, your boy crazy or girl crazy is your, you know, your teens?
My first boyfriend, I was 12.
Yeah, see?
Junior, senior year of high school. Is that? Am I a late
Yeah.
bloomer?
You're a late bloomer. Like I would say if you're like, yes, I had my first dance, you know, I won't say anything. That you can do whatever you want.
Oh, then college. Then is that? Well, I was in college. If it's that what you're talking about, college.
College?
Mm,
Oh, like that? Like
Yeah.
Look at Solo Wookie. Laura, if you like Percy Jackson, here's for you.
Pierce Anthony's Incarnations of Immortality series. All right, Solo. I noted. I will definitely, and I'll tell Ellie too, because I don't know if she's read that or not. We need to have her back on. So we will do like a whole, maybe a Friday show, and we can have Ellie come back on. Okay, but we've been ranting, so thank you guys for sticking with us while we did. We will see you next Tuesday, but like Sarah said, make sure you tune into all the other amazing shows we have going out throughout the week. Our content and our goal in this channel is to make it so that you guys are both entertained, informed, and keep wanting to come back. So sub us up, share us out, and we will see you next week. Bye.